Coach, what is your excitement level as you guys get ready to take this team over to Baton Rouge in open conference play?
Yeah, looking forward to it. And these are the reasons why you come to Texas A&M, playing not just the best conference, but the best division of the best conference, and go to these venues where college baseball means so much and find out what your team's made of. So I'm looking forward to it.
How much have you played in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, well, I coached at Tulane for 8 years, played in a lot of games there, or not played, coached in a lot of games there, coached in a lot of regionals there. My last game as an assistant coach was Coach Burtman's last game as a head coach. We beat him in 2001 to go to the College World Series at Tulane. All of that, not that series, but all of my experiences in Baton Rouge were in the old Alex Box Stadium. So I've never been a part of a game in the new one, so looking forward to that experience. And, you know, I love the people of South Louisiana. They were very great to me during my time at Tulane, and so I'm sure they're probably not going to be quite as kind during the games, but it's fun. I mean, there's no higher league, right? There's no better experience than being in the SEC West specifically, so looking forward to it.
To kind of piggyback off John's question, obviously the excitement level is high, but taking on one of the best teams in the nation, so what are you guys looking forward to most this weekend?
I mean, I'm looking to play well. You know, I just want to play good baseball. I want to see us get 3 good starts. You know, for a lot of the season, we've gotten decent starting pitching. Obviously, catch the baseball and then get timely hits. You know, I want to win. I don't care how it happens. You know, it's just a matter of getting down there and you know, they're certainly very talented, but it's never about the best team. It's only about the team that plays best. So we need to go play well.
Have you seen any weaknesses from the Tigers so far that maybe you guys can take advantage of these next 3 games?
I mean, I know they've had some injuries on the mound, so I'm not quite sure yet who they're going to pitch. I don't know if they've announced a rotation yet. Anybody, you know, their team ERA is very good. Their team batting average is very high. They have a lot of home runs, a lot of extra base hits. You know, 2 of the premier hitters in the country, Dylan Cruz and Jacob Berry. Those guys are going to be tough to pitch to. The key is making sure they're hitting with nobody on base, or they're leading off an inning, or they're hitting with 2 outs and nobody on base. And you know, if they do damage, you have to try to limit that damage. But in terms of that, you know, I don't know if there's anything we can necessarily take advantage of. We need to play better baseball on our own and not worry about the opponent, but just play the game.
Anything in particular you feel like your team will have to do well this weekend to be successful?
Got to be ready to hit a fastball, you know, and I keep saying that over and over again, but specifically there's a couple pitchers, there's 2 relievers and 1 starter on their team that rarely, if ever, throw an off-speed pitch. It's high velocity, it's high spin rate, it's kind of new age pitching where you pitch up in the strike zone with a high spin rate and a good fastball. And so the key is being able to take that pitch that's up and out of the strike zone, but the one that's in the strike zone, you got to be able to get on top of it and hit it, and that's hard to do. You know, in today's college baseball, it's very, very similar to the big leagues. Everybody has the same video, everybody has the same analytics, at least in the SEC, and so you're not hiding from anybody. I mean, there's no real secret. You know, especially this deep into the season already, you are who you are. So it comes down to execution, limiting free bases, and getting a timely hit.
What was Ryan Targoch's injury? What is his status for this weekend?
His injury was just a muscle strain, I guess you'd call it. Muscle spasms in his back. Nothing structural wrong that we know of. Got an MRI. Everything's fine. He was better. He's been better every day, and we anticipate at some point he's going on the trip. He's going to be on the active roster. So if it's not Friday, it'll be Saturday. If it's Saturday, it'll be Sunday, at least according to the training staff. So we'll see.
Jim, at this time of the year, what's this team doing well? Where can it improve?
Yeah, I've said that all week. Three things we're doing well. For the most part, we've been getting good starting pitching. It's no secret Detmer has to be better than what he's been the last 2 times. Dallas has been consistent. Prager has been consistent in terms of just throwing strikes. We'll find out when the level of competition and the level of hitter you're facing amps up a little bit. We've caught the baseball well, even with the injuries. If you take away the a couple pitcher errors. If you just look at the infield, we're fielding well over 980. If we do that all season, that's a really good thing. And again, that's without Kalai, that's without Werner, and our two best defenders, to be honest with you. And we've run the bases really well. You know, we're 24 of 30 in stolen bases, so I think we've picked our times to run. And you don't necessarily look at the number of stolen bases, you look at your percentage. So anytime you can be 80% or better, we'd like to be about 85%. That's really good. So those are the things we're doing well. The things we have to get better at, we have to be better out of the bullpen. You know, we've had a couple losses where we've gotten blown out, but most of our losses have been we have leads in the 7th inning and can't finish the game. And finishing the game just doesn't mean the bullpen. Finishing the game means scoring a couple more runs, and instead of being up by 1, be up by 3, and which leads to the second thing we have to get better at, and that's situational baseball. And scoring runners when they're in scoring position, whether it be 2-out hitting or whether it be just putting the ball in play. You know, when there's a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. And so I look at those things as they're big negatives or they're big things to get better at, but they're also things that are within your control. If they were flipped, I'd be way more worried. If our starting pitching had been really, really bad, if we're not catching the baseball, if we're running the bases poorly, but we're hitting really well, that's not real baseball. That's not going to win you baseball games. If you can pitch and play defense and run the bases intelligently and aggressively, and then have the timely hitting and the situational baseball pick itself up by 30%, then I like our chances in most games. All good? All right.